Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we're going to be kicking off a new series that I'm going to be calling Trading Strategies. This is going to be a weekly series that we're going to be doing here on the channel where I break down different tools and indicators that technical analysts use to do technical analysis on cryptocurrency markets, as well as on stock, forex, precious metal markets. So if you're here from one of those domains, this video will also be applicable to you. Now, in today's video, we're going to be talking about basic support and resistance levels. This is the absolute basis of all technical analysis. Technical analysis is completely built upon this. Now, there are some technical analysis and technical indicators that don't use support and resistance levels, but most technical analysis has support and resistance levels somewhere built into it. So whether you're a noob to cryptocurrency and you've never done technical analysis in your life, or if you're an absolute veteran to technical analysis, this video will be useful to any one of you because this is the absolute basics. And whether or not you're learning or you're reviewing, I think you'll get some good value out of this video. And if you do get good value out of this video, make sure you tell me in the comments down below. And if you enjoy this video, definitely think about dropping a like and hitting that subscribe button so you can be up to date every time I upload a new video, including the weekly series that is Trading Strategies. So let's get right into it. Like I said, we're going to be talking about support and resistance levels. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to define our terms. Let's talk about support levels first. Now we're here on the Bitcoin over USD chart, and I encourage you guys to follow along. So guys, open up your trading software, or excuse me, open up your charting software. If you don't have charting software, I would highly recommend you coming to www.tradingview.com, setting up an account, and after you set up the account, come here and click BTC over USD, and that will bring you up the chart that I'm on right here. And follow me along while we're doing this. It'll help you learn. So let's go ahead and jump right into defining what a support level is. Let's go ahead and zoom back over here on the chart, and let's look at some history for Bitcoin. Now, before Bitcoin ran up to $20,000, $5,000 was all the rage in Bitcoin, and after we ran up to $5,000, we fell back here to $3,000. Now, since we fell back to $3,000, $3,000 became a support level. So if we click this button right here and we hold it and click horizontal line, we can draw a horizontal line right there on $3,000. Now that means that $3,000 is a support level, but why is $3,000 a support level? Well, simply because it supports the market. As we can see, the market was very red and we fell down here to this level that was $3,000. We got support on it and bounced off of it. It's that simple. A support level and a resistance level are quite simple if you know what they are. As we can see, the market fell over, came down here, got support on the big even level that is 3,000. We'll talk about big evens in a second. And then we got support on it and ran. That's essentially what a support level is. And the resistance level is exactly the opposite. If we draw another line up here at $5,000, then we see that $5,000 was a big resistance level for the Bitcoin market. As we can see, we ran down here from where we got support around 1,800. We can see that's where the market bottomed out, was around 1,800. We ran through this level of support, and then we got resistance up here on $5,000. After that, we fell back to $3,000. So that's the basics of support and resistance levels. A support level is a place where the market does not want to go below, and a resistance level is a place where the market does not want to go above. Quite simple. Now, the reason that these are very important is because you can use this to predict a lot of different things with the markets. I remember I got into cryptocurrency like right over here about a year ago. I feel very old because if we zoom out on this chart, I've been through a lot. But I know a lot of you guys haven't been in cryptocurrency that long, but it was, I do remember this, and when Bitcoin was running up to $5,000, a lot of people, including myself, called $5,000 as the top because $5,000 is a big even level. And after we called that top, because we understood support and resistance levels, then we also called $3,000 as the bottom. I initially called $4,000 as the bottom. I was very new to the space, and I didn't really know what I was talking about. Some people say I still don't know what I'm talking about, but who knows. I initially called $4,000 as the level of support because that's a big even, but it turned out that was a false bottom. We got a little bit of support there, and then we fell back over and got our real support on $3,000. Now, a lot of people call $3,000 because, like I said, it's a big even. So let's talk about big evens. A big even is essentially a number that has a lot of zeros in it. That's basically what it is. Now, a big even can be $5,000 because $5,000 is a flat number. $5,000 is not 5,100, it's not 5,200, it's not 4,900, it's $5,000. A lot of people like trading around big even levels like $5,000, like $3,000, like $20,000, like $6,000, like $10,000, like $6,500. People like trading around those big even numbers. It's just a psychological thing. When you're doing technical analysis, understanding the basics of math psychology and understanding how psychology affects markets is very important. So it is important to understand that kind of concept of big evens. Now, something else I want to talk about with support and resistance levels is that a resistance level can become a support level, and vice versa. So what do I mean by this? Bitcoin initially, when it first ran up to $3,000, it ran all the way down here from its lows in 2015 of around $200. It ran all the way up to $3,000 where it got resistance because $3,000 is a big even level. So it got resistance on $3,000. It cooled off. We thought it was going to get support on 2,000. The market thought it was going to get support on 2,000 because that's a big even. But subsequently, we actually got support at 1,800, which is kind of a big even because it's not 1,850, it's not 1,750, it's 1,800. There's 2 zeros in that, so it's kind of a big even, but not as big as 2,000. We got support on that, and then we broke through 3,000. And as we can see, something interesting right here is when we broke through this former resistance level of $3,000, we had a nice big green candlestick. That's because when you initially break through a resistance level, or when you break bullish out of through a excuse me, if you break bullish through a resistance level, then you're typically going to see a volume climax, and you're typically going to see a big candlestick. As we can see, when we broke bullish through this resistance level, we had a nice big green candlestick. So that's something else to take into account. And when you break bearish through an important level of support, you'll also see a big red candlestick normally, because there's a lot of people selling and there's a lot of people buying based on the fact that you just broke a very important level of support and resistance, because so many people trade by this. So after we did that, of course, we ran to $5,000, and then we cooled off and got support on $3,000. $3,000 was just resistance, and it became support. So that's what I mean, where support and resistance levels can become a resistance level can become a support level. So $3,000 was initially a resistance level, and it became a support level. So that's another thing that we want to take into account. The next thing that I want to talk about is the fact that support and resistance levels don't have to be a perfect level. You can also have a support and resistance area. Now let me see if I can find the tool here that allows me to draw boxes. I forget what this is under. Oh gosh, where is it? I know it's here somewhere. Well, anyway, you can draw a box. If you were to draw a box right here, then you would see that Bitcoin has bottomed out and gotten support around the $6,000 to $7,000 range. It bugs me that I can't find that. Where's the box? There it is. Rectangle. So as we can see, if we draw a little rectangle right here, then we can see that this level right here, oop, not that. Then we can see that this little level right here for Bitcoin is actually a support area. Now, a support and resistance level is a flat level like $20,000. That's a support level, or that's a resistance level, excuse me. A support area or a resistance area is something that you could draw with a box here. So this area in between $6,000 and $7,000 on the Bitcoin price, or on the Bitcoin chart, has been a historical support level for Bitcoin. As we can see, it fell down here to $6,000, a big even, and then we fell back down to $6,500, and now we fell down to $7,000, which is actually a trend line, which we'll be talking about next week. But because these levels are very close to each other, this is considered a triple bottom and is considered a support area. Now, a triple bottom and a triple top, we'll talk about triple bottoms and triple tops and double bottoms and double tops real quick also. A double bottom or a double top, this is a triple. They're the same thing. We'll talk about the triple first because this is what we're talking about. A triple bottom is essentially where a market comes down and gets support on a level 3 times. So Bitcoin, or a support area on 3 times. So Bitcoin came down here and it got support in this little rectangle 3 times. So as we can see, we got support right here, and right here. So that means that Bitcoin got support at this support area 3 times. That means that this is a triple bottom. Now, some people argue if this is a triple bottom because these aren't the exact same price levels, but most people consider this to be a triple bottom in the Bitcoin price action. Now, this is the same thing for a double bottom. If the market looked like this and we only had 2 bottoms here, you could still call this a double bottom, kind of. If we look at the concept of a double top and we zoom in here to the hours, we can see it's a little bit better. Let's zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Let's go look at a double top. This happened a little bit more recently in Bitcoin's history. We had what came to be a double top here. And a double top is essentially when you get resistance at the same level twice. So as we can see, Bitcoin ran up to $11,700. It cooled off down to $9,200, and then we got resistance on that exact same level twice. And when a market gets support or resistance on a level twice, that's called a double top. Now, we just saw a triple bottom. This is a double top. If this were to come up here and we were to see Bitcoin kind of do this little number right here and then get resistance on again, that would be a triple top. So it's the same thing. You can call this a quadruple top, a quintuple top. That can happen as many times as you want, but that's essentially what a double top and a triple top is. And every time you hit one of these levels, it makes that level even stronger. And we'll be talking about that more in the resistance and support trend lines in the next video, because I do have a very good example of that. But that's essentially going to do it for this video, guys. I want you to tell me in the comments if you got any kind of value out of this video, and I want you guys to tell me if this helped you at all, let's go through an example trade, and then we're going to wrap up the video real quick. The first thing that we want to do with this example trade is I want to show you how we could have predicted this market and how a lot of people did predict this market, because this was a rather predictable market. Imagine the market looks like this, and Bitcoin's trading around $2,200. So what we would probably predict here is that Bitcoin is running, being very bullish, and it's probably going to get resistance soon, and it's probably going to have a little bit of a cool-off period soon. So where would we expect that to happen? Well, we would probably expect it to happen at $3,000, because that's the next big even level that we will probably get resistance at, and in fact, that's exactly what happened. So we got resistance at it, and the market's trending sideways. Where do we think we're going to get support on this level? Because eventually Bitcoin's going to have to get support and continue on its bull run, right? Because Bitcoin's very bullish at this time. So we would probably predict that Bitcoin was going to get support at $2,000, because that would be a 33% retracement, and that would be a rather nice little retracement, and it's a big even level. Well, if we zoom out here, it didn't get support at $2,000. It actually got support at $1,800, which is why you want to be careful with that. But nevertheless, after we got support at $1,800, we ran up here, and then as we can see, we got close to this $3,000 level. A lot of people got apprehensive. It looked like we were going to set a double top that we talked about here, and we cooled off a little bit, and then we continued to run and broke through it, had a nice big green candlestick, and then we're going to need to get resistance again, because Bitcoin at this time, where it's trading around $4,400, has over doubled in the span of under a month. So Bitcoin's of course going to have to cool off soon. Where do we think that's going to happen? Well, because 5,000 is the next big even, we're probably going to cool off around $5,000. So of course that's exactly what happened. From there, we have a bear market, and we understand that we're going to need to have a little correction soon if the Bitcoin market is going to continue to rise. So where's the next level of support that we're looking for? Well, about a 40% retracement would be $3,000. And since former resistance can become new support, let's look at $3,000. Is that going to be the next level of support? And in fact, it was. That's why so many people called $3,000 as the bottom of this market. Now, guys, like I just did, I ran you through some technical analysis. It's actually very basic stuff. If you understand what you're doing, this is actually really interesting stuff as well, and hopefully it will help you in your trading endeavors. Make sure you tell me in the comments down below if this video helped you at all. And also, guys, if you're interested in signing up for Binance, if you're interested in getting into new cryptocurrency trading, if you're interested in trading cryptocurrencies, rather, I would highly recommend you guys sign up for Binance. There's a link in the description down below. If you sign up under that link, that is an affiliate link, and that link will help me actually continue to make money with this channel and continue to be able to provide free content to you guys, because I don't get paid for anything for this, and that does help the channel out tremendously. So if you guys want to do that, none of the money that comes to me comes out of your pocket. It comes out of Binance's pocket. So if you're interested in getting a great exchange, I would definitely recommend signing up for Binance. But anyway, guys, like I said, that's going to do it for this video. I want to thank each and every single one of you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.